Hi everybody, Future Farmers team here. I'm Felicia and we have...
Zachary.
Alright guys, and we have some exciting news for you guys today. We're on the brink of launching our very first children's agricultural book called the...
Great Okra Challenge!
Alright, and the brains behind this is Zach himself, so we're gonna pick his brain just a little bit to gain some more insight. But first off, Zach, how are you doing today?
I am good. I am fantastic.
Alright, wonderful, wonderful. So let's jump right in. What inspired you to create this book, and are there any personal experiences connected to it?
Definitely. I really thought that using art and storytelling to convey the culture of food and farming in Barbados was important.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to really express where food comes from and be able to teach kids and showcase kids as well within the book, interacting with the natural environment. And history of food and agriculture within Barbados is like an allergic reaction for younger folks, to be quite honest.
Very true.
We aren't as keen, to get too involved in farming. But I really wanted to showcase that this is a livelihood for a lot of people.
Yes.
And this has been a livelihood for a lot of people for a very, very, very long time. And how can we change that narrative, that negative narrative, that negative ideology or viewpoint around food and agriculture for the kids? Arts and craft is a great place to start.
Definitely.
And then for me personally, I didn't grow up around large, I grew up in the urban setting, it's a privilege to have access to land, especially land that you can grow food on. And some people might not think so, but, for me, it is, I didn't have the access to land. So I love food, but I really only know food so much. And I think this is a great opportunity for people who claim to love food to really understand from seed to plate exactly where it comes from and what it entails. That was the inspiration behind it.
And that's a massive inspiration, I'll tell you that. Our second question is, what gap or need did you see in the world that you felt this book could help address?
Definitely huge gap is the age gap. The average farmer in the world is 60, 70, and this is internationally, not only regionally. So it is a big problem within the world. A lot of young people aren't getting involved, and we need to appeal to the youth. And this is the appeal to the youth. We're starting at 8 to 12, and we're gonna see how we can, shape and mold and to build them through, storytelling.
Right.
And it is really important to protect these types of values in terms of protecting as stewards of land and the environment, the natural environment, and really understanding the role that we play within our food system. And the food system is an ecosystem of us working together, and that's exactly what happens within the soil. And I want to be able to, I feel like that was a big gap for a lot of us growing up within the urban setting. And then power. You might not think about power, but power to tell our own stories and to showcase exactly what we've been doing within the region for generations. Even beyond, being brought to Barbados. Because other people will tell our stories if we don't. So
got that right, and they may not be accurate neither. So
exactly, definitely not.
Yeah.
And
then our final question is, what message or transformation do you hope your readers will take away from the book?
Curiosity. Curiosity is the power of curiosity. I hope that the kids take that away from the book. A desire to learn more about where the food comes from beyond the supermarket. The supermarket is convenient, fantastically so, but it does not where food comes from. Right. I don't want kids to reach and dig deep in their, their goodie basket of imagination and say exactly where does food come from,
Right.
how
And not
does
where
it
it
grow,
ends
how
up.
does it see. Exactly, not where
Yeah.
it ends up, not the
Mm.
commodification of food, the transaction, like that's
But
a
the
trade,
cultivation.
you
Yeah.
know what I mean, but we want to know the cultivation and how is it birth from seed to fruit. And I hope the kids dig a little deeper, learning, they're gonna learn things about companion planting and whole system underneath the soil, the worms and the
Yeah.
capillary system. Like there's so much within agriculture and food. And I would love the kids to take that away. And I think that farming isn't just our food. It's our power. It's for better or for worse is in our blood. It's ancestors after ancestors, generations after generations. And we need to be able to keep that alive. And the only way to keep that alive is to make sure that the young persons take it to the future with them.
Yes.
And I feel like that's the only way we will survive climate change.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only way we will survive. Teaching practical tools, but not only practical tools, but having a understanding of our place within the natural environment and food and agriculture. It's important to our economy beyond just making money.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So I know this wasn't on the script, but are there any final words you want to leave with our listeners, especially the young persons who are going to be reading this book? Is there anything you want to share with them?
Have fun. You know what I mean? Have fun with it. You will, farming, nature, animals, squash the dog, the rooster. You're going to get a lot of friends coming up from the book, and I want you to have fun with it and to share it, and not only to share it, but own it, take it, rewrite it, rescript it based on your life, your environment. You know what I mean? Create your own worlds, because that's the privilege of being young. And as we get older, I think that we lose that a lot. We become, a part of the monotony of life instead of being more and feeling like you have the ability to add and not just be a part of.
Right.
And I think we have that power. And I think, kids, have fun, engage, be free, because only a kid for once. Only a kid wants.
Definitely.
That's me.
All right, guys, that's it from us here at the Future Farmers team. Zach, thank you so much, guys. So keep your eyes and ears locked onto our social media pages for any upcoming updates, as well as if we're going to be at a school doing a reading near you. Bye-bye, guys.
Peace, bye-bye.